In this episode, I'm mostly interested in the...
We had a tiny little ding-dong at the end.
Ooh, a little ding-dong. Tell me more.
You want the trash? I got it all for you. Let's rehash the mess together. A sassy hole that only speaks the truth. Nobody gaslights you better.
Hello, I'm Wilko, and this is the home of trash, mess, and drama. The channel is called Wilko Rehashed. The question is, are you subscribed? Are you sure? I hope so, because you and I are about to grab some dinner together. Yes, just you, me, and like a table of love lab rats who are a testament to the science. We've just wrapped up the homestays, and we don't need to set a place for the gays because their broke back at the farm just ended up in them being broken up. Oh, we didn't even get a tent scene. The whip around of the love lab rat maze is just couples who are nailing the experiment. Still at good. Rah ha 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 ha. And float your boat, also good. The Veneer twins, well, not great because of Scott's disgusting house. Absolute filth. Tiny closet and his pink neck pillow. What was he thinking? How could G-Banger ever move into an almost $2 million dump like that? Do better, Scott, or she's not coming. Scott is not raising any of his concerns anymore because that never ends well for him, Gia. So G-Banger gets off scot-free, meaning everything is free for her and Scott pays for it. I love it when it's scot-free. The Danaconda and his baggage are on shaky ground after another hilarious joke ended in them fighting in Adelaide, and Danny's saying that he cannot move there if she can just change like that. If she can change in an instant, he's absolutely not going to move down to Adelaide. Before he was definitely going to do.
Things look great, like...
Sorry, what the fuck? How are things great now? You cracked the shits at him, told him that you were done, and he didn't even want to stay with you because he felt that uncomfortable, and now you guys are good? I'm getting motion sickness with all the fucking turnarounds in this relationship. According to Beck, it was just a frustration, but after they shagged, they moved on. And I don't know what you've heard, but that actually is really healthy in a relationship. You know, just to use sex as a band-aid, A+ resolution. Wait. Why the fuck is Sam here? You guys broke up. Why are you ironing a shirt? And if you're going to iron a shirt, you need to do it shirtless. That is a production rule here at Married at First Sight Australia. Sam says the homestays were his last plea, but Chris gave up. He wants some clarity. I'll give you some clarity now. You broke up. It's done. He doesn't like you and your journal notes and questions. Over with Booty and the Big Fish, they are in a bad spot as well. Not as bad as the gays, but still not great. And for the life of me, I still don't understand. David has said that he'll move to Adelaide for you, Alyssa. He is bending for you entirely, from the knee at the wedding to now at the homestays. And she still says she doesn't know if it's going to work. She's spiraling. She's spiraling, guys. I don't know what else Alyssa's mum said to her, but clearly it has flipped the whole story on this couple. And now, after the homestays, the Big Fish is ready to swim upstream to another catchment because Alyssa doesn't even give him one thought.
I've hit my limit and I'm not going to push any further.
He keeps saying things like he is putting everything on the line, and it sounds like maybe he's figured out that the booty may not be all that keen. He sits down to tell her that he needs space, and he will give her space. Oh, but she's shook because she's never actually heard him say things like that. You've never used the word space before. Like Alyssa gets to have space because she needs space all the time from him, but never the other way around. Apparently they have reached the end of their tether. And all of this wording, I'm confused. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we're still not seeing with this relationship. Even though there's far less couples, we've got plenty of time. Stop doing flashbacks.
And he's been snoring louder than usual.
Ah, well, I take it all back. That explains everything. Actually explains nothing. Put some fucking earplugs in. At this stage in a relationship, you don't need to have all the answers, but it sounds like the guy gave you everything you wanted and still you're like, I don't know. What about the campaigns? The Big Fish tells Alyssa that she's just looking for all the negatives for why things can't work, and she keeps repeating to him, I'm just as tired as you. I'm just as tired as you. Say it again one more time. Also, smash a Red Bull, babes, because I spy a warehouse of doom and some experts, which hits a little differently after the news of Mel Schilling's passing, but we must push on. In the Uber on the way there, Alyssa is telling David not to rub his legs because apparently it's too loud. It's a weird interaction. Just let him rub his leg. Also, don't make it about, like, production. Oh, production will be able to hear it through your microphone. Oh, they'll sort that out. That's production's problem. And when they arrive, Alyssa keeps saying things like she doesn't understand him and he's is confusing the fuck out of her. He is? No, he give you all you want and still no likey. What? Alyssa seems to be pissed off at him with the whole comment about him taking space, even though she can say that, he can't because it sounds bad. So she's trying to coach him on how to make it sound better for when they're talking to the other love lab rats. You know, just the way that she wants it to sound. She's even mocking him on how he said it. And then they pretend it's all good as they walk through the door. Oh, great acting. See, we're all great guys. They do actually feel like Christian influences here. No matter what's going on, everything is great in our marriage and always will be. I can't wait to see if the truth comes out to the group. I don't know if it will. It is really funny, though, that the first 3 couples that are in, I have no faith in any of them. Cowboy Chris is also here and he walks in alone and people are surprised. No! It shouldn't be like this. You've walked in alone? This makes sense to all of us. Why are you all so shocked? He was also talking in the Uber about how he is ready to tell his side of the story. The cowboy's side of the story is that he tried everything. He bought flowers for Sam, he made him dinner, and nothing could turn this relationship around. Okay, so that's it? You tried it all? Then, I don't know if you noticed this, but while he tries to explain why he's actually here tonight, he said they, referring to the producers wanting them there for the trash, mess, and drama. He was like, he. We know that the producers made you come, and they'll make you come in the next one. Far more coming than what happened on the farm. Chris has come tonight to respect Sam so both of them can talk with everyone. Sure, respect.
She's single.
Oh, she's single, but she's not ready to mingle because remember you have placed your dad hat on, which means no dating. When baggage arrives, she is stoked that she doesn't have beef with anyone, but she does have the Becky Go juice in her hand, and I tell you what, it's a full one. This bitch is basically to the brim, so just give it a little bit of time. She's also claiming that her and Danny are whoop, 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 whoop. She is also claiming that her and Danny in the group are the strongest couple. And that's an insane claim at all during this season, but especially after the last night of Homestays. Oh, yep, the bubbly elixir is hitting the bloodstream. Excellent. When Sam arrives, he informs Alyssa to not eat up the cowboy's bullshit because his version of events are a little too far from the correct narrative.
Dinner is served.
And already it is time for our tink, tink, tink. Dinner is served. The warriors to enter the Din Din's Coliseum. Sam says to Chris, well, after he asks politely for the butter for his roll, good on you getting some carbs. Gonna need some energy. It's gonna be a long night. He says that he really wants to talk. And when he says those words, you can see the cowboy leave his body because he doesn't want to rehash any of this. I do love that Chris is like, Sam decided to end it. He's using this as like the reason that it all fell apart. Well, it's actually on Sam. Yeah, I know I did that stuff and the experts came for me, but actually he ended it. So this is not on me, guys. And Sam, from what we saw, you did end it. So hitting back with, well, Chris didn't fight for it. You ended it. You can't get your knickers in a knot now. I will agree, though, that the cowboy saying that he put in loads of effort is laughable. Oh, loads of effort. You put in as much effort as Danaconda did with baggage trying to get her back on side with the post-its on the fucking kitchen.
Could work. If you want to come.
Oh, but probs don't do that while he's talking because that's not going to play, Cycle Boy. Sam has a very different energy about him tonight. He's mad. He's a jilted groom. That's the vibe he's giving. And he tells his side of the whole Chris thing that Chris left him to go to the gym. But Chris says, his spin is, I just let you sleep in. I thought I was doing the right thing. And I guess you could use that as a defense. You could still leave a note. But anyway, Sam desperately and too much wants the group to be against the cowboy, but it's too much on the hard sell. People aren't buying it. He does share something, though, that we didn't get to hear in the last episode when he asked Chris if Chris had feelings for him. Apparently he said, I don't think I do anymore, which gives us a whole lot more context, and Chris basically said they should also end it. That's before Sam called it off. Cycle Boy thinks that the cowboy did this as like a bare minimum to show that he did something. And he knows that Chris was completely checked the fuck out of this TV marriage for quite some time.
It seems like you're putting a lot on Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Stella. I didn't see that coming. But the hard sell is a little bit off-putting, Sam. Then some weird drama pops up between Beck and Stella. I don't fully get to hear her point because Beck jumps in. But I think she's saying Chris's version of trying doesn't have to be the same as Sam's. So in Chris's world, he was trying. Was that the sentiment? Is that what everyone got? Which, okay, sure, Stella, but also, you know, buying someone some flowers from the servo, a card from the servo, and making them dinner. I don't know if that's effort considering how Sam was treated. But anyway, Beck is also not the best person to have in your court, TBH. Yeah. You see this? Very rich from Gia telling the camera that Beck needs to mind her own business. Shut up, banger. You have not a leg to stand on in any argument. So the group seems to think that Sam has too high expectations of Chris, but I don't think he was actually asking for too much initially, but you know, before the journal. Initially, I don't think he was asking too much. Chris then says, hand on heart, he tried his hardest. I disagree. I certainly can't get on board with Sam and all of his journal questions and constant need for apologies, but Cowboy, let's be honest, you didn't try that hard. I think you were either afraid of rejection from Sam because maybe you thought he was too good for you, or you just weren't into him. I think it might be the latter. It then gets a little bit tense between Baggage and the Cowboy. I love that Beck is like, I don't have beef with anyone. It's trying to insert herself into some beef. Love it. And Sam makes it clear the only reason he ended it was because Chris said he didn't have feelings. It still feels weirdly like the group isn't on Sam's side, which I'm a little bit confused by. The whole narrative gets put down to, well, I guess they're not a match, and I'm offended on behalf of the science. And that's where we leave it. Well, I guess we'll just repeat all of this at the commit me. Oh, woohoo, more flashbacks and going over things that we've already fucking talked about. Anyway, we must move on because the strongest couple in the experiment is here. Beck and Danaconda talk about their homestays and their last night argument in particular. But actually, apparently it wasn't an argument at all.
We had a tiny little ding-dong at the end.
Oh, but I thought he had a big ding-dong. I thought that was one of the reasons why she loved him, because he had a huge, big ding-dong. Oh, she means a small disagreement. Oh, okay. Oh, well, there was just a tiny little ding-dong. And Beck keeps saying it like, hardly an argument. Every time he says argument, she's like, hardly an argument. Just a ding-dong.
A ding-dong.
I've never heard an argument called a ding-dong before, but let me know in the comments. Baggage seems perplexed as Danny explains some things, which I was actually on board with, until he said, as a man. Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much because he is a man, and how could he move into Beck's house, which is her space, as a man? He keeps saying, oh, we need to talk about it on a deeper level. I don't know how deep it is. You just don't know if you will fit in her house and her life. Is that it? Because that there, see, I did it. Not that deep. Also, side note, Beck saying, I'm not moving out of my house. Oh, well, I love that. The compromise is he moves to Adelaide, like he moves state for you, but you couldn't even open it as a discussion to move into a house together. Her face, ooh, guys, the Becky Go juice is popping off. Her face is twitching after every little thing that Danny says. And I don't know about you, sweet baby angel, but I am really getting strongest couple vibes for sure.
It makes you feel like a bit of a bitch moving in with a woman.
Oh, what a toxic comment. Oh, you look like a bitch because you moved in with her as a man. You fuckhead. What a stupid thing to say. This guy would have come across so bad if his TV bride wasn't as unhinged as she was, taking all the attention from the edit. And I'm obsessed that Beck drops all of her stats. It's an 800 square foot property, 5 minutes from the city. It's a $3 million house and has a $97,000 mortgage. Well, she must be doing all right for herself, even though she's lost her job. What a weird thing to drop in the conversation. That's just the weirdest thing. I've got so many friends who have mortgages. Not once have they talked about the balance owing. Maybe it's not as impressive as $90,000 owing on a $3 million house. Oh, and it's also in the affluent suburbs, apparently. Both of these people ick me out. Scott agrees with the Danaconda because he also wants the man to be the provider.
The man, the boss, the alpha male.
Oh, God, shut up. I can't do this. G is also on board with it, even though she has a little dig that her house is bigger than Scott's. She still wants the man to provide the house. And is this really where we are? Who the fuck cares if either person has a great setup? Who cares how flimsy your masculinity is that something so little could shake it so much? Gia says she understands Danny because he wants to feel like the man and he has the right to feel that way. But what I don't understand is they're already the men. Like, why are they all so insecure? Steve-O also jumps in saying that he would also prefer the same setup, you know, that Rachel moves into his house and Rachel's face doesn't seem to fully agree. And then the big fish drops as a man. Oh, God, who are these people? Apparently, the big fish would need his own spot if he moved to Adelaide. And I think that's different to him moving in with Alyssa. I think he wants to be separate from Alyssa.
But I believe like the man should be the man of the house. And
He is the man of the house because he is a man in a house. We're really turning back the clock on this world. All the progress we made and now this. David says the men should be paying all the big bills. Oh, what are the big bills? But what if the booty earns more than you with all of her Adelaide fame? You know, the campaigns. You know what? I felt bad for some of these guys, but I don't now. I feel like none of you can fucking complain when you're treated like an ATM because this is the way that you want it. So there, have it. Phil even says, it's just how it is. It's just how it is. Is it? All my friends have to work, and some of the women, I know this will be a crazy thought, but some of the women even earn more than the men, quite considerably. What? And yet both of them still pay the mortgage. Beck is really PO'd because Danny hasn't said this to her before. He says he has. But of course he hasn't really said it like this. He's trying to avoid all of the conflict. Speaking of conflict, we're on to Alyssa and David, and the booty says the weight of her moving away from Adelaide hit her when she landed. Was it when you landed? Or was it when you saw the billboard with your face on it? Your ego just couldn't let that go. She says that she has so many responsibilities in Adelaide, and when she said she wanted to move to Sydney, she didn't really factor those in. Really? Only when you landed you realize? I think your TikTok brain was all good with the plans you made until you had a little chat with your mum. I think mum might have played a big part here. But I still don't understand because David agrees that the move will be for both of them to be in Adelaide. So, what's the spiraling for? Still, she wants to pull back, even though that he is putting in all the big effort here, because he's the big fish, big catch. By the way, look at Beck's shocked face. She's shocked, but also loving the downfall of this relationship. That'll show her. Alyssa explains a little bit more that David does ground her, but maybe just a little bit too much, which I don't really... Are you saying he's bringing you down or is he grounding you? You make it sound like you feel like he's making you boring? Because that's different to grounding someone. It's shifting her energy, and she's not used to that. Oh, and add the snoring. She hasn't slept well for months. Oh, guys, I think she's going to do anything she can to get out of this relationship. He has bent a knee time and time again, but you don't want that. You want to go home and cry that it didn't work out and have some pity party for you. The big fish says to everyone, he has hit his wall.
I've hit my wall.
And even though the friends and family like him, Alyssa is still not keen. So there's your answer. David, stop selling yourself. She isn't buying. Apparently, there are big cracks. And my suggestion for the big fish is Nemo this shit. Make a run for it. Speaking of big cracks, baggage is still on the Danaconda, creating big cracks for him to slide into. Yeah. She now feels completely blindsided and pulls him aside, asking why he hadn't mentioned to that before. She does not appreciate this being brought to the dinner table. She just can't understand why he would say all these things, and Danny then backpedals and said that he would move in with her, but he'd just want to spend some money and renovate or pay the mortgage off. But that's not how you said it. You made it sound like you were a bitch for moving in with the woman. I tell you what, the women on this season are unhinged and the men are weak as piss. Unhinged, weak as piss. That is my recap of the entire season. It's also confusing because there's so many of these relationships we haven't seen the evolution of it, so we don't really know exactly what's going on. Like the one with Booty and the Big Fish, so confusing to me. But with that, another Din Dins is done, and the final few episodes are just around the corner. Question, have you and I gone all the way for the final time this week? If we did, let me know in the comments with ding dong. Oh, yep, show me your ding dong in the comments. I mean it. And I will see you in the next rehash.